So this is a good example of how you can start leveraging on community. Because of our time, and because this is almost 10, I just want to quickly brush up on some of the points I have already listed for tonight. So moving on that community, I think we might need to hold another class some other day and address this community thing. Now, what communities have helped me so far? Okay, let me talk about three main communities that has helped me and I feel is going to help you. One, learning community with like minds. Now, let me say, when I talked about learning communities, this is something I've mentioned before. Being in a community like this is a community. We all have a goal, or we have something that is in common that we are all interested in, and it is real estate. This is a real estate community. Everybody is open to share their own ideas. Everybody is open to share their own opinions. And as I'm sharing, Mr. Nehemiah has shared his own, Mr. Ola has shared his own, and so many other speakers. They've come on here, they've spoken their mind, they've been able to share what they think, and the community is learning. So this is an example of a learning community. So find your ways in rooms like this. Trust me, when I say, see, when I started this, my journey in this industry, and I was at first I was trying to do it on my own, or I would try to learn things online, try to even when I want to go for site inspections, I would go for site inspections alone. So it's just be only me in the bush and and in fact sometimes maybe I'm privileged to see some of these site workers to give the phone. Oh, please come and help me hold my phone so I can shoot a content. But at some point, I discovered that I can't continue like this. There's a need for me to start joining communities. That there is a need for me to start uh, learning things I don't know. You see, having a mentor as a real estate consultant is going to do you a lot of good. And the only best way you can get a mentor that will have your time is for you to join learning communities. Now, the thing about learning communities is that don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody deceive you. In learning communities, you can get free knowledge is good. Things that you can get for free. Something like there are some. I think this session. I don't think it's a paid session, but it is free knowledge. And most of the things that we're going to come out here and say to you are going to be things that um, I'm just going to be very honest with you. To some certain level, are surface knowledge. That's most of the things. Of course, those are truly the things that are working. But joining a paid learning community will open the door to the in-depth to why some of these activities are being done. So that way you can understand better what each of the activities that they are telling you to do. So you can understand better why these things are being done the way they are done. And that's the truth. You need a mentor, you need to join a paid learning community. These are some of the very, very first things every newbie or every new consultant needs to first understand. If you don't have a mentor, get a mentor. Someone that, if possible, you can pay for his time. Because the truth is, if you have a mentor that you're not paying for his time, they will most likely not take you seriously. Or if you are actually paying your own money for their time, they will take you seriously, although some still don't. But here's my point here. Get yourself in learning communities. They will do you a lot of good. Get yourself a mentor who's going to have your own time, possibly one-on-one. And that mentor is the one that is going to put you through a lot of things that you are not even familiar with. Trust me, it is worth it. It will save you a lot of unnecessary time or unnecessary months. Now, this is going out to, I don't know which of you is watching this video, and is probably thinking, um, I'm learning some things. See, I want you to take this thing seriously now, because Some of you here, I'm not going to say that some of you are not going to start making good sales, but the truth of the matter is, some of you here will discover that, oh, even after some time that we all heard some of these things, you start discovering that, oh, we all were in this class. Some people heard the same thing I heard, and they took action on some of these things, and their stories have changed. What's going on with me? Why am I different? You get, especially if you fall into this kind of category of person, or if you find yourself to be that person after some weeks or after even some months. This, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say very well. Now, you have to understand that not everybody understands things the same way you do. Okay, some people will understand some things later, and you are not all going to equally understand some of these points like the right way. Some of you might hear these points tonight, and truly it might make sense, but acting out or the action plan to what you've learned, the real action plan that will actually match where you are as a person, will only come to you when you have a mentor who has gone through these steps, or who has truly understood your position or where you are as a person. That is that mentor that now can properly now guide you. Some people, this is something I like to say to most people who try to use their who try to copy tactics, especially in this real estate industry. Now, when it comes to copying in real estate, some people try to copy people's tactics. Oh, and I saw this person doing this online. Okay, means I'm going to do that. But you can only try to copy their tactics. You don't know the strategy behind it. Do you get? So a mentor is going to be the ones to connect the tactics and the strategy together and explain it in a way that you probably will not understand in a free class. Please, am I making some sense to someone here? Please, if you know you are getting exactly what I'm saying, I want someone to just drop
Yes,
an
sir.
emoji.
Yes, sir. I am getting
Please drop
exactly
an
what you are
emoji
saying,
if,
sir.
Yes,
if
yes,
it's making
yes,
sense.
yes. I'm here. I'm learning a whole lot. I'm learning
Good,
so much.
good, 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 good. So it is very, very important. Find a way to get someone to mentor you. Find a way to get someone to mentor you. Trust me, especially in this industry, so many people are busy with their time. So many people are busy doing things, and it is very, very easy for you to feel left behind. And I'm not joking. You could be with someone now, maybe you're both laughing on site. I remember my own when I first started. So we'll be laughing on site together, and ah, I'm not even going to mention his name, but I had people like that. And normally you think maybe we are all receiving the same lectures, we are all receiving the same education on sales and marketing, and but you are not knowing the extra work that they are putting in. You are not knowing the mentorship that that person is doing, and you are now wondering why results are varying, why results are different. Trust me, they have a mentor. Okay, it is very, very important, and there's a reason why I'm stressing this, because the goal of this your journey that you started is not for you to just be stuck for months without seeing any kind of progress, because it will discourage you and you will eventually leave. The goal of this entire thing is for you to know exactly, once you have a direction of the right activities that you should be doing, and that's where your mentor comes into place. Your mentor is going to put you on the right path, so you don't just start endlessly posting flyers every day thinking you are making sales and marketing activities. You are not. Okay. Now another thing is, yeah, join real estate brokerage groups. I've mentioned this before. Joining brokerage groups will do a lot of good for you. The differences between most of us and all these common household agents is that we work with licensed brokerage groups who also have our back to cover. Now, the you can't try to do this industry isolated because there's only so little you can do on your own. Get yourself in a brokerage group that has you or has yourself in their best interest. A brokerage group are supposed to protect you from a lot of unnecessary stuffs, and also uh, they're also supposed to do proper due diligence so you're not marketing the kind of properties that are going to put you in trouble. So it's very, very important. Now, what other communities can you provide value in? That's the kind of community you should be looking for. What do I mean by this? Some people believe that joining communities only has to stop at communities that can do for you. Okay? Now, there has to be an equal balance between you being in community. In fact, in life, you have to find an equal balance between you giving and taking. And if you can't understand that, Mr. Nehemiah, volunteering, good, good. You already mentioned that. Mr. Nehemiah also mentioned something, and this same thing I'm going to talk about applies directly even with your dealings with clients. Okay, he mentioned something uh, about putting something in people's emotional banks. Yes. So some people don't understand that part really. And let me try to break it down extra for you. If you want to start sowing seeds in people's emotional banks, this is very, very important because it's not every time when you are having conversations with people, you just want them to do for you and you're not giving anyway. People think the giving only has to come with material things, but no, you can give by volunteering. You can give by providing value. Some of you are in communities in church. You can't even go out and address the youth. What can you say that will make sense in the ears of the youth that you can provide value for within that your community that you have access to? See, the only way you can really, really start getting people to start noticing you because these are businesses, sales and marketing alone on its own, it's mainly on attraction. Now let me explain what that marketing part of mean. Attention is actually the real currency today in today's world. Is attention, and marketing is anything that you do to get that attention. Okay, anything that you do, it might not even be related to real estate. Anything that you do that gets you attention, do it. Some of you have opportunities uh, to go and speak to young people. It could be secondary school. If you have that kind of opportunity, why not take it? Go and volunteer. Go and provide value for those people. Give. When you are providing value, you are opening the door for you to receive also. That's one thing most people don't know. When you give, you are also opening the door for you to receive. So when you are able to go out there and you are able to start giving value to the kind of people who need it, doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. You can give monetary value too. But make sure that you are giving also. You want to receive all the time. You want to receive, but you're not giving. You have to balance it. You have to balance it in your relationships. You have to learn to give before you can receive. It's the same. It is very, very important. Now let me quickly just move on to my advice for young salespeople. Now there are some skills you need to learn, and I'm going to cover just some of it because I can't cover it all tonight. You need to learn. Please, I want you to be writing. There are skills you need to learn. You need to learn how to network. When you go to new places, how do you interact with people that you are meeting there? You need to learn networking skills. You need to learn questioning skills. Let me explain this questioning. This questioning is something else that I want to lay emphasis on because it's actually going to change a lot of things for you. One of the best ways that you can build trust, especially when you are speaking with clients that you want to close, or one of the fastest ways you can build trust especially when it's coming to an hot lead that doesn't know you before. One of the fastest ways that you can build trust for that kind of person is you creating, or is the quality of questions that you ask that prospect. The quality of questions you ask will help you build trust and help them let their guard down. I see Mr. Ola is raising his hands for a question. Yeah, you can speak, Mr. Ola.
Apologies, that was a mistake. Apologies, that was a mistake.
Okay, okay, okay. So the quality of questions you ask. Now, when someone comes to meet you and they're telling you, "Oh, that property, I like that property," and you immediately start going to how many plots do you want to buy? You've asked the wrong question. You need to understand that there is an entire there's a process in sales. When it comes to sales, there is a process, and if you are immediately trying to go for closing, when you should be asking questions to build or to bridge the gap between what they want and what's making them want it, or their goal, or the kind of the problem they want to solve with what they are trying to come and meet you for. If you are not able to understand the process the right way, you just keep wasting uh, prospects. You just keep wasting leads like that. So you need to understand that asking the right questions. In fact, we are still going to maybe organize another class on questions alone. Ladies, I want you to start paying attention to some of these things I'm saying about having us to reorganize classes, because I feel these are strong points that need to really be addressed. You need to understand the right questions to ask. The right questions, if you're asking the right questions, will help a client to let their guard down and explain their situation to you. But if you're the kind of person that they can sense that you are only about your commission, guess what? They will ghost you. They will ghost you. Questioning skills, very, very important for you to learn. Another thing, another skill you need to learn, presentation skills. Now, when we say presentation skills, I would say there's so much similarity in sales and uh, even dating. There's so much similarity in sales, and some of you have babes, you want to date your babes and all of that. There's so much similarity between sales and that. So if especially for those of you who are the players in this room, where I'm sure we have some of our guys here, our family, we know your type. So it is very similar. So let me explain what I mean by presentation skills. If you approach a babe, uh, let me even break it down. You approach a babe for the very first time, she doesn't know you. How you introduce yourself? Remember I mentioned networking skills initially, right? This is where networking skills comes in. How you introduce yourself for the very first time to get the babe's number. That's where your networking skills comes into place. Now that you've gotten a number, you want to take her out for a date. That's where the presentation comes into place. Why should I listen to you? Or why have you demanded my attention? Just come and prove to me the real reason why I should pay attention to what you have to say. That's where presentation skills comes into place. Because some of you will, I think, one of another mistake most people try to, or most people make, is only thinking that the only way you can close a sale is by chatting with the person until the person comes to. No, 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 this is high ticket. You have to set appointments. You have to set appointments. Either you go and visit the client physically, or you set a, it could be a Zoom. I personally I prefer physically. I prefer physically. You go to their office physically, you set an appointment, or you pick a neutral ground, then you present what you have. That's where the presentation skills come into place. If you don't know how to present yourself, if you lack confidence, guess what? You're going to lose the deal, because someone who wants to come and buy something of an high ticket product, It's not going to come to someone who is not even sure of what they are saying. So that's where you have to work on your presentations. All these skills I'm mentioning, they can be worked on, they can be learned. Trust me, these are skills that you need to improve on. And the more you improve on them, the better you get at it. I see Mr. Ola has
I
a
want to ask you a question. Yeah, I raised up
okay.
my hand this time. I wanted you to know it wasn't a mistake. So you said something just now. You mentioned something about confidence. That if you are
Yeah.
not confident, you will lose the sale. As a salesperson that just got into real estate, how do you actually improve your confidence, at least to the level that you can? The confidence between somebody who has sold and someone who has not sold is different. But for somebody who has not sold, how can he increase their confidence when speaking, that they are not faking it while on the call or while on a physical meeting?
Hmm. All right. So this is a very deep question. There are two. I have two main answers to this. One of it is very deep, and first of all, let me start with the deep one. No, let me start with the shallow one, then I'll move on to the deep one. So first of all, one of the ways you yourself as a salesperson can build your confidence is having access to the correct or the right information. Now, if you are a kind of person that builds yourself in an environment where you are not working isolated, the kind of information you are getting it from also other top professionals. You are going to have a lot of confidence in the sense that, especially as newbies, you want to, maybe let's say for instance, you want to create a content and on the industry, uh, you want to create a content on the industry and you are not really confident with the kind of information you have. Having access to having access to your senior colleagues who have done it. This is where, remember I mentioned mentor. Having access to those kind of mentors and approaching them to give you what's, because confidence comes from clarity. If you are sure of what you have to say, if you are 100% sure that the information that you are getting is from a well-trusted source, you will be confident enough to say it out. Okay? So you can have confidence from that. You can also build confidence from learning. Yes, it comes from clarity. Yes. If you are sure of what you are saying, or you are sure, maybe it's not something that you've not even been to the Lekki International Airport, you don't even know the location, then you are trying to tell people it's close to the Lekki International Airport, and clients ask you, where is the Lekki International Airport? Where is it? And you don't have confidence because you don't have any clarity on the location. You've not been there. You don't have people to even tell you. So confidence will come from knowing. And the more you know, the more confident you become. Okay? The more you know, the more confident you will become. So my advice, I was still going to say this later on in as part of the things I have listed for you guys. And my advice is for you to take, if possible, 30 minutes a day 30 minutes a day to learn something about the industry, or to learn something that most people won't even know about the industry, or to learn something new that you can teach people, that's your clients or your prospects or your leads, that you can teach people about the industry. Take 30 minutes a day and learn something, because that's where your confidence will be built over time. Some of the things I now know and now were things that, see, everybody you see out there that you are looking up to, they put in the work. If you're not ready to put in the work and dedicate 30 minutes of your day to learning something about the industry, because questions can come from anywhere, objections can come from anywhere, and if you are not prepared, or if you don't have the knowledge and it comes and you are not, and your answer is not coming out confidently, they can tell. They can tell. Some of you just think, I just winged it and I'll wing it and to be fine. No. I see Mr. Ola also has another question. Mr. Ola, you can
Apologies. Apologies. It's a mistake. Apologies. It's a mistake.
okay, okay. So especially when it comes to high tickets, they will know. They will know. So That's the first, the shallow part. Now, the second part of building your confidence comes from something called your self-image. Okay, this is a much deeper aspect here. Now, your self-image doesn't have to necessarily do with how much you have in your bank account, but or what you are currently worth. No, no, no. That's not where your self-image comes into place. Your self-image now, this is something that has to do with your own essence, who you are. Some of you don't yet know who you are. Some of you don't yet see yourselves as as an expert. Some of you don't yet see yourselves as lions. Some of you just see yourselves as a weak person. That's how you truly see yourself, and that already is being projected. Okay, so one of the exercises that you can do on your self-image is, now this is where this is a much more deeper distance. You can put yourself in front of mirrors. Place yourself in front of mirrors or in front of a mirror. Ask yourself, me, Odogun Temitayo, who am I? Ask yourself, because once you are able to figure it out, that you are not a weakling, you are not a newbie, you are also a top seller, you are also someone of value, you will have confidence. And now, another way you can also build confidence is your mentality. Some of you just have the mindset that uh, I'm trying to this sales this industry that I am in. I just want to sell so I can make money, so that I can just get my commission. No, that's the wrong mentality. Your confidence is coming from knowing the true essence of your job. Okay, your confidence will come from knowing that. Let me tell you something about selling. Selling is service to humanity. Selling is service to humanity. If you don't sell, you're a wicked person. So the more you know yourself, that these people that you're trying to sell to, you are helping them. They are not helping you. It all comes from a mindset shift. Most of you, especially at this beginning stage, are still seeing it as they are helping you, and that's why it's not coming. The confidence is not coming because you are looking up to your clients so that they can help you, because you are bringing up with the wrong mindset, and that was the wrong mindset that most of people, especially who are just joining this industry, have been raised to believe in, and it is the wrong one. They are not helping you. You are the one helping them. You are the one helping uh, um uh, people who have worked their entire lives. You are the one helping them to have assets that they can use to retire. You are the one helping them accumulate assets that they can use to fund their children's education. You are the one helping them to have assets that they can easily sell, and they can easily resell and use it to jackpot. Some of them have different dreams. You are helping them achieve each of those different dreams. So the more you understand these things, the more you have that mindset shift, the better your confidence level rise. Because at the back of your mind, they are not helping you. At the back of your mind, you are the one helping them achieve that goal. And the more you understand that, now I don't want you to see this thing as from a base level. You really need to understand it, that this is what we are doing. Only until then, you will be having confidence issues. Okay, so I hope I've been able to answer very, very well, Mr.
Yeah,
Ola, and
you have in fact you have exceeded all expectations in answering that question. Thank you very much. You've answered and you've added some more knowledge to us. So I wanted to also put one small thing into perspective for people who might be having a little bit of confidence issues, or people who might not this might not particularly sink in well for them. Now, look, owning real estate or owning a piece of land is a lot of things. It comes with a lot of rights and a lot of mindset shifts, not even for you selling, but for the client. Now, buying a piece of property that is safe, right, in a place like Lagos State or in a place like Ibadan, that is free from all encumbrance, where they don't have any issue, is a source of peace of mind for clients. I want you to understand that every single person wants to own land. Even you guys on this call, as you are, you would, if you were to be given a free land and you own it, there is a different way you will feel. If you buy land, there's a different way of accomplishment you will feel. For every single client that talks with you, that even shows any level of interest, also has all of this in mind that they want to have. So you are rendering them a service. You are rendering them an opportunity. You are literally giving them the opportunity to own property, to own assets, to own wealth, to have peace of mind, especially when done right. Do you understand?